Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo All Day, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of several Superman figures from different eras. Here we have Superman from the Hush storyline, the Superman Gold Label 85th Anniversary Edition, and of course the Collector's Edition Action Comics #1 Superman. As always, I'm going to talk about the figures itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth to purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at front of the box we'll start off with Superman Hush. Front of the box looks like this. Actually, let me move this. This side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. And we'll do the 85th Anniversary Edition. Front of the box. This side. The back. The other side. Which I really like this art piece. Top. And bottom. And last but not least, actually, you know what? Let me show you what it looks underneath when you take this off. So you slide it out. And there's 3 layers to this 85th anniversary. So the first layer is going to be right here. So when you take off this sleeve right here, you'll first see the Superman. Then the second layer is going to be seeing the rest of the components. And at the bottom, if you remove this, if I can remove it, you'll see the little card there, which I'll show you in a bit. Yeah. And we'll do the Colors Edition. Front of the box. This side. And this is #1. The back. The other side. Top. And bottom. Alright. Now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for the Hush Superman. The back of the card. Back here. Front of the card looks like for the 85th anniversary Superman. The back of the card. Leave it in the back here. Front of the card looks like for the McFarlane Collector's Edition Superman one. The back of the card. And then for accessories, the Hush Superman does come with extra hands. It comes with open hands. Not much to it in terms of the actual hands itself. They're pretty clean looking, just veiny hands. Not much to it. Again, there's 2 of them. The Collector's Edition Superman comes with this chain. Pretty cool chain, not much to it. In terms of the actual paint, it's pretty simple, straightforward. Not much to it, just regular chain. I actually thought it clipped, but from the looks of it, it doesn't clip at all. So that's pretty much it. Which a bit unfortunate. I wish it actually clipped on so you can kind of have it like really, really tight. But it's all good though. It does come, well, these 2 come regular flying stands. But for this one, the Collector's Edition, it does come with a flying stand, but it is painted, which is kind of cool. There, you can see that right there. Painted DC logo in black, which is a little different than the other flying stands. And of course, the Collector's Edition have a puck, but it also has a DC logo painted on there as well. And of course, the Collector's Edition comes with a card stand. And you guys seen this before. All you do is slide the card in from here and boom, there you go. So, you've seen quite a few of these. Now, the 85th anniversary does come with extra display parts to it. So, it does come with a cool looking base on it, which looks pretty nice. And you can see the space right here because they actually put the card, which I'll show you in a bit what it looks like. And then here is a DC logo on there. Pretty cool. And of course, a base you can put Superman either standing or flying. And like I said, you can put the card, which I'm not going to open it, but you get the idea. The little space right there is for the card for Superman. So you can have Superman posing in the front with the 85th anniversary. And that is all the accessories. Quite a few accessories, as you can see. Now let's take a look at each figure. We'll start off with the Hush Superman. We'll start off with the articulation. So, left, right, up, down, shoulder, bicep, elbows, wrist, and we'll do torso, swivel, then we'll do the leg articulation, knees, it's a little stiff right now, ankles, and toes as well. So overall, the articulation on this particular figure, it's good overall. Now let's talk about this figure. And if you're wondering why does it look familiar, it's because, well, this is a Hush Superman. And we previously got two different Hushes. We have the original one, just kind of right here, off to the right. It's going to be the gold label. Then there was like a battle damage with the Doomsday one, 2-pack. And of course, there's this one here, the regular one. Now let's take a look at this one. And I gotta say, the head sculpture, it looks nice. You got the nice grin on the face, on the eyebrows, the painted lips, the painted cheek, the nose, the pointy nose. Then you got the nice painted eyes, and of course the hairstyle, which I like. Very simple design hairstyle, but it looks good. You got the blacks on there, and you got no blues, just all blacks. I say blue because some of the Superman hair paint or sculpture does have a little bit of blue, but this one is just all black. But it looks good though overall. And again, a good, clean-looking Hush Superman. So far, I'm liking it. In terms of the upper body, when it comes to Superman figures, let's be honest, they're usually all plain. It's just blue spandex, or in some cases, a little bit more, which I'll compare it in a bit. But in this particular figure, it's just very plain-looking blue spandex, which it looks nice, but of course, very muscle tones. Look at that big old shoulder piece on there with a bicep, the tricep, got the big forearm, the big hand. And am I the only one who noticed that some of the figures for Superman, some have a really big hand? Is it just me, or it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but some of the Superman figures, they have like a big hand, or maybe it's just me. But anyway, so you got the Superman logo on here in the front, which looks nice. It's not really glossy, which is unfortunate because I like the whole glossy Superman logo, but this one's just typical red and yellow. You get the big old chest here, the abdomen, and the other side, again, similar to the left side, just big shouldered bicep. You got the closed fist. Then you have the cape. I like the cape. I'm a sucker for the Superman logo on the back, and so having this figure have the Superman logo, I think it really, really pops. The cape itself looks nice, very stylized cape. I like how it's swished to the right or to the left. They look from the front. And I gotta say, the upper body looks good. Very clean looking Superman figure. And again, as I mentioned, Superman usually is very plain, spandex looking. And there's nothing else to say about this upper body. It looks good, man. Good looking Hush Superman figure. Then you got the belt on there. And the belt is not much to it. It's just plain yellow. Little sculpture design there. And here as well too. And then the lower body, similar to the upper body, just plain blue. You got the really thick thighs on here. You got a sculpture design there, like a line right here. And it goes right there. Then you got the boots. The boots are very plain looking. Boots, not much to it. Some sculpture design there. But, oh, let's take a look. Does he do squats? And no, he does not do squats at all. Wow. Talk about pancakes. And here's the back of the boot as well, too. So if you want to see how it looks like. The back, again, not much to it. So Superman itself, or this particular Superman, I should say, there really isn't too much going on the actual paint. The sculpture, again, very clean looking Superman figure. But overall, I gotta say, it's a good looking Superman. I like it. Again, I'm a sucker for the Superman logo. I am a sucker for that. Something about it just pops, and it just catches my attention. But this figure, though, I gotta say, good looking Hush Superman figure. So if you want a clean, plain, buffed out Superman figure, well, here you go. You can definitely get this one. Let's take a look at the 85th anniversary one. We'll start off with the articulation. So left, right, up, down, shoulder, bicep, elbow, wrist, torso. Then we got swivel as well. We'll do the leg as well since we're here. The knee, ankle, and of course toes as well. So the articulation on this figure, it's good. Never wondering why does it look familiar? It's because, let's face it, this is basically a repaint from the Hush Superman. I mean, look at the Superman logo, the abdomen, look at the chest, look at the shoulder. And so they're pretty much identical in terms of the sculpture design. The main difference, of course, is going to be, well, the paint itself. And I gotta say, I like this paint. It's a weird design, yes, but I think it looks really cool. In certain angles, it does look cool and it does pop. Having it like just in front of you, it just kind of looks like there's like a red light shining it to the left side, or to his right, I should say. And it looks good. But on this side, though, it just looks like, wait a minute, why does he have like marks of red? But when you have it like front like this, I think it looks good. Having it like this, it just really pops and it just grabs your attention. And I gotta say, the paint itself on this figure, it's a cool looking design, and I like it. It is for a specific crowd like myself who likes little things like this. And so to me, I really, really like it. You can see the paint on there. You can see a little bit of that cheeks on there. Look at those scuff marks. You get the painted hair as well too. On top as well. Then you got the face paint on there. You can really see all that paint. Then underneath, right there in the neck, the chin as well too. And then you have the huge arms. You got the painted red on here. Same with the forearm and the hands as well too. And then on the actual upper torso, of course, on the left side, it's going to be more of that paint. And like I said, it looks cool though. Up close, when you look at it like this, it's like, what the hell? But from a distance, so it kind of like, oh, okay, you kind of see it better. You get what McFarlane was trying to do. But once you look up close, like I said, it doesn't really stand out. It's just kind of like, why is it painted? But it's one of those, like, you have to see it from an angle and from a far distance, then you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. And so there's the chest piece on there. I actually thought this was actually accidental. I thought it was like a scuff mark on the Superman logo, but it's actually not. It's by design. You got more paint on here. And on the arms, you actually got paint on there as well too. And the shoulder on his right arm. And then over here on the forearm. And of course the hand itself too. And something that actually I did not notice is that it's actually painted as well too on the cape. Little things like this, again, it makes the figure pop more. So McFarlane, thank you for that. There's a bit of a downside. It's not have a Superman logo, which is unfortunate because, like I said, I like the Superman logo. And as you can see, these are identical. Just look at the sculpture design. They are identical. It's just this one has a Superman logo and it pops. I wish this one came with the Superman logo. See what I mean? Having the logo, just something about it, it just grabs your attention and you're just like hooked. You're like, I want to see this one. But then when you turn around, then you're like, no, I want to see this one. What's going on with this one? Why is there so much paint? So, not a downside. I just wish this came with the Superman logo. But like I said, though, this figure is just a repaint from the Hush one. And I don't care. I think it's a cool looking figure, man. The base sculpture, again, very clean, plain looking. But the paint on this, though, I really, really like it. As I mentioned, it's really for a specific audience that likes kind of like things like this. Like, for instance, this reminds me of the sketch versions of figures. And so, if you like the sketch one, definitely get this one. But, of course, this is going to be mainly a reds and blue. But, overall, I got to say, this figure, in terms of what McFarlane was trying to do, I like it. Cool looking figure. A little odd, yes, but I like it, man. Of course, the base sculpture, it's really solid, very simple Hush, but man, the paint just makes it unique and extra and looks appealing to me. So overall, I'm really liking this one a lot. Now let's take a look at the collector's edition Superman. We'll start off with the articulation. So, there we go, left, right, up, down, shoulder, bicep, it's a little stiff, elbows, wrist, torso, of course swivel, and then we'll do the leg, knees, ankles, and of course toes as well. So the articulation on this figure, it's good overall. Now, if you're wondering again, why does it look familiar? Sort of. Well, it's because it's just a repaint of this one. Of course, it's going to be little differences in terms of the actual paint on here. And of course, different head sculpture. But the body itself, very, very, very similar in terms of the body, in terms of the arms, the legs, the torso right here. Of course, the main difference is going to be the chest and the head sculpture. And let's actually talk about that. The head sculpture, it's a good looking Superman figure. It's a little odd. Something about it is just kind of odd. Is it just me or something? But it's not bad. I want to clarify. It's not bad, but something about it is just, it's a little odd. I don't know. It could be me. You got the face paint, the lip, the chin, a little bit on the nose as well too. You got the eyebrows on there. Nice, clean, simple design on the hair sculpture. What I like about this hair paint though is actually painted black. A lot of it black. I'm saying it's because some of these Superman figures and actually other figures have like black hair. Sometimes it's not fully black all the way around. It's like black in the front and then it kind of like has like faded black on the back. This one, fully black hair. And of course the face sculpture design. And I gotta say the head sculpture, it's good. It's just something about it is off. And then of course you gotta talk about the Superman logo. Of course it's gonna be painted on there. It's not actually glued on, which is fine. And it has the original Superman logo from the Action Comics #1, the first appearance of Superman. And I gotta say, cool looking Superman figure. I like the paint. I like the light blue. I am a sucker for light blue, and to me, this one grabs my attention. Just that blue. And the red, of course, looks really, really nice with this figure. And like I said, I'm not going to talk about too much in terms of the articulation and sculptures because, as mentioned, it's just a repaint of the Hush. I mean, same design. I'll even prove it to you guys right now. So look at the design. Of course, this one does not have a Superman logo, but look at the sculpture design. Even down to the bottom, it's the same. Even the boot as well, too, as you can see. They are the same. So I'm just showing you that I'm not being lazy. There's no point in me talking about the articulation or sculpture because they are identical. But again, the main difference is going to be the Superman logo, the head sculpture, and of course, the base paint. But to me, this is a really cool looking Superman logo. And again, a Superman logo, Superman figure. I like the light blue. I am a sucker for it. I don't know why, but this light blue is just, it looks really, really nice. Something about it just grabs my attention and I am loving it, man. This light blue. And so, good looking Superman figure. And again, Action Comics #1, the first appearance Superman. Come on. This is definitely a must buy for us collectors. Also, too, forgot to mention, this one has open hand. You can see little veins here. These have closed fists. This one, open hand. Just notice that right now. But like I said, cool looking Superman. And I'm really digging it, man. Really digging this Superman figure. But of course, the main question, are these worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? Let's start off with the Superman Hush. For $20 for what you're getting, I think for $20 for that Superman Hush one, I think it's a good deal. It's not great, but for what you're getting for your money, good solid figure, base, clean looking Superman. You can't go wrong with that Hush one, so definitely recommend getting it. And again, for 20 bucks, yeah, I think it's a fair price. Now let's talk about the other two. I'll start off with the 85th anniversary. For $30 for that one, definitely recommend it if you like the whole gimmicky thing. That's the part where you really have to ask yourself, do you like the whole gimmick of the red or the sketch or the shadowing, whatever you want to call it? If you like that, definitely get it. If you don't, then you might want to skip it because, again, it's a specific figure for a specific audience. And for me, I am that audience, and for what you're getting for $30, definitely recommend you get a cool looking paint on it. You get a cool looking base with the card, with the unique card, and a flying stand. And again, for $30, I gotta say, that one definitely is a good deal for it. Now let's talk about the Collector's Edition Superman. For $30 for that one, I'm on the fence. Because on the one hand, I like the paint of it. I like the chain. Pretty cool. I do like the card and the card stand. But is all of that combined worth the extra $10? Honestly, I'm gonna say no for the Superman Collector's Edition one. Because think about it. The Superman Collector's Edition has the same body as Hush Superman, right? It comes with a new head sculpture, a different hand, Of course, the painted Superman logo. And it comes with, what, extra chains and a card stand? Is that really worth the extra $10? In my honest opinion, no. I would have gone for more like a $25. The $30 for it, for what you're getting, I don't really think it's worth it. Because even the 85th anniversary edition comes with more accessories for $30 for the same price. So, I don't know about you, but to me, Collector's Edition 1, I don't really think it's really worth it for $30. $25, yes. $30, it's a little too much, even though it's $5. Of course, anything below $25, heck yeah, definitely a good deal. So in conclusion, what do I give all these three figures combined? I gave them a thumbs up. Even though this one I'm kind of hesitant, at the end of the day, all three of them combined easily get a thumbs up. This one's a good deal. This one's an incredible deal. This one for 30 is like 25, yeah, okay, fine. 30, oof, maybe wait for a sale. Here we have two Hush Batman figures. Here we have Hush, the gold label one, the Poison Control, how do you want to call it, McFarlane Monster exclusive figure, and of course the regular one. Man, I feel bad for those who didn't get this one, because honestly, out of these two, I'm gonna go for this one because of the eyes. I'm a sucker for like painted eyes. Having this Superman painted like this with the eyes creepy, menacing, and that grin on his face. Come on, you gotta admit, that is a cool looking Superman figure or head sculpture. So I prefer this one just because of the head sculpture. Everything else, again, it's just a repaint. And not a repaint, it's just different head sculpture. But if you miss out on this one, don't worry, you can still get this one for $20. Here we have two different types of gimmicky-ish, per se, Superman figures. Here we have like the shadowing, per se, or I think it is shadowing Superman, and of course they call it black and white red accent, but it's not really white, it's like gray. We got the Page Puncher Superman. It's not really white, it's like gray. Am I the only one who notices that? Like whenever I see, I think it's BBTS exclusive, I remember correctly. I don't know why they call it black and white. McFarlane, if you're watching this, why is this black and white? It should be gray and red. But anyways, though, two different Superman figures with two different gimmicks. I mean, it really depends on you what you prefer. Shadowing or more of like the color accent. To each their own. And to me, out of these two, I'll go for the sketch one. Something about the sketch one just looks more appealing to me. But I can see people liking the whole red accent. Because I believe they made a couple. They made the Martian Manhunter. They made the Flash one. And of course, they made the Superman one. Here we have two different eras of Superman. We have Superman, the original appearance, first appearance, and of course, Superman Rebirth. Damn, look at this chest on this Superman. It's huge and buffed out. Two different eras of Superman, so choose your preference. If you were to ask me which one do I prefer out of these two figures, I'm going to go for this one just because of the color paint. There's some things that I like about this one. One, I do like the Superman having that glossy Superman logo. I like that. I'm a sucker for that. Stuff like that. It looks pretty cool. I don't like the painted red boots, which, McFarlane, why did you do that? And the head sculpture looks really nice. I don't like the Superman logo that's painted. I prefer being like glued on. But the base paint on this one, though, I like the blue. I'm telling you, when you see the blue on this one in person, it's going to hook you. You're going to grab your attention just like it grabbed me. Again, Action Comics #1 with more recent Rebirth Superman. Here we have Superman from the, I think it's called like Lois and Lane storyline, if I remember correctly. And of course, 85th anniversary gimmick and a regular comic one. Very underrated figure, good buff body, but the head sculpture is kind of the issue. So, to each your own. But I want to show you different types of Superman. We got more comic color accurate, gimmicky, and then comic accurate but alternative color palette. Here we have, in my opinion, one of the best Superman figures. And I'm going to get a lot of negative feedback. But you know what? I don't care. I'm going to give him an honest opinion. And to me, the best Superman figure so far, of course, the Injustice 2 Superman. I like it because it's the best of everything. For one, the color palette on this one, I like it. You got that blue, the light blue, of course, with the gold accent. I think it looks nice. It has the painted Superman logo. It's gold, but also glued on. And I like this one. I do like how proportionate wise, it looks good overall. This one, it just has like a huge shoulders, huge bicep, huge chest, little bit of skinny legs. This one, all proportionate correctly. This one has a little bit of gimmicky in terms of the paint. This one's somewhat gimmicky in the sense, like, why would Superman wear armor? Come on, he's a Man of Steel. But anyways, though, to be the best Superman figure by far, I'm going to get a lot of hate. But again, I'm giving my opinion. I'm telling you my honest truth that I really like this one. I even said it in the video too, like, this is the best Superman figure. And I'll say it again. This is the best Superman figure. But again, it's all love, though. So, once again, Superman Injustice 2. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on these figures? Do you plan on purchasing these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of the Superman Hush, Superman 85th Anniversary Edition, and Superman Collector's Edition figure. And on to the next one.